At the start of the movie, we meet a former elite soldier named Chris Vaughn, coming back after 8 years away. He walks through town and first checks the lumber mill, where they tell him it shut down 3 years ago.
How you doing?
Chris meets the new sheriff, not the friendliest guy around. As it happens, the locals all look up to Chris and know he served his country. The cop offers to drive the vet home. On the way, Chris hears that the former sheriff died under odd circumstances. At home, his sister Michelle greets him first. She works at the local clinic. The family is thrilled to have Chris back, except maybe his nephew, who took over his old room. Uncle ever killed anyone, but Chris stays quiet about it. Next morning, his old friend Ray pulls up outside. Over those 8 years, his buddy got into drugs and did 2 years for stealing, but he is clean now. Ray says the crew is waiting at the football field, and Chris heads over. Among them is Rich Hamilton. He shut down the mill right after inheriting it, but he quickly opened a casino in its place.
Did you get tired of being all that you could be?
No, I'm still all I can be.
Really? Yeah, I'll just have to see about that.
Yeah.
During the game, Chris watches his nephew with a shady group. When the match ends, Hamilton tells Big Booth to hit Chris hard. He knows the soldier has a weak knee, and that is exactly where Booth crashes into him.
Sorry about that. Cool, man.
After the game, Hamilton invites Chris to the casino, and right then, his nephew rolls up.
Hey, Sarge. Good game. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time I won't see you in the bleachers smoking weed.
That night, Chris goes to the casino with friends. It is lively every evening. Hamilton brings them to the VIP area. Ray leads Chris to a private corner and arranges a private dance. But the dancer, Chris sees it is his old flame Denny. With the spotlights on, she can't see his face. But when she dims them, she sees her ex right there. Embarrassed, she flees. At that moment, Chris starts to see that his peaceful hometown has changed. He walks to the gaming table. He spots the dealer swapping out the dice. That is why his buddy took the fall. The big guy snatches the dice and tells everyone to bet on 7. It'll hit again, like before. 7 hits again, but the casino won't pay out. Security boxes Chris in right away. When he demands a refund, one guard swings at him, but drops fast. After the first one falls, the rest pile in. They grab guns and knives. Only take him down as a group. First a stun gun, then a pistol butt knocks him out. Chris wakes up surrounded by Hamilton's men. Booth grabs his medallion and slugs him again. But the creep doesn't stop. He pulls out a box cutter, then leaves him on the road to die. A semi almost runs him over. A weaker man wouldn't survive that. The doctor tells the family what the sheriff cares about most is Chris's blood alcohol level. Seems like he wants to blame the whole mess on the victim. Ray comes by to check on the hurt man.
That was a hell of a homecoming party.
Chris, I don't know if you noticed, but this ain't exactly home anymore.
Chris gets out of the hospital, but he is still slow on his own. As soon as he feels better, he goes back to training. Hamilton stops by, says he wants to thank Chris for exposing the dealer, and he shouldn't hold a grudge against his boys. They just got carried away. He has already talked to them. The business guy offers the veteran a job running his security, but Chris turns it down fast. The proud guy won't even take the cash. He goes to see the sheriff, but at the station, he finds the case is closed, and besides, Chris is lucky they didn't press charges. Ever since the mill shut down, the casino keeps this town going, and they know it at the station.
Case closed, basically. We'll see it.
So in response, Chris says he won't look the other way on all this lawlessness. The cop tells him to get lost after that. His ex Denny swings by to bring back his jacket. Hearing about his run-in at the station, she jokes he should run for sheriff. Election season is coming soon. Denny's been dancing at the casino for a year, nothing better in town anyway. When Chris comes back, he learns his nephew almost died from a bad synthetic drug. Another kid says the drugs came from a guard at the casino. Calling the cops won't help, so Chris has to deal with it on his own. He grabs an old rifle from the garage, loads it and heads to the casino. But at the last second he thinks better of it, so he trades the rifle for a board. The big guy starts smashing the slot machines with it. A solid board works great for roughing up guards too. One of them jumps out with a shotgun and ends up with a broken arm. One by one, the guards are no match. Only the big booth guy puts up a fight, but soon the cedar board catches up with him as well. After that, Chris wraps it all up by chucking the board into Hamilton's office.
Guess that changes our relationship a bit, huh?
Once he steps out of the casino, he is surrounded by squad cars on all sides. The sheriff finally moves fast and nabs the veteran before he even makes it home. The lawyer offers Chris a plea deal. In that case, he has to keep quiet. The lawyer tells him Chris could get up to 18 years for this. Every witness will testify against him.
Started busting up the machines.
There's a gunshot.
Just went crazy.
Complete psychopath.
In court, the sad guards talk about how they were hurt by this risky, skilled fighter when all they did was their job. This guy took out 6 men with just a cedar board. He started swinging without a word. Basically a total psycho. Then the lawyer spoke, but Chris figured out he works for Hamilton, so he fired him right in the courtroom.
Your Honor, I'd like to plead my own case.
The defendant will go solo. The vet talked to the jury, but didn't bring up his own case. Instead, he asked the town folks to vote him sheriff. Then he'd end the police's bad behavior, get the drugs out of town, and make sure everyone follows the rules. Chris opened his shirt and showed the bad scars the guards left on his body. The judge tells the jury to ignore what they saw, but they still found Chris not guilty. Almost everyone in the room clapped at the verdict. Meanwhile, the dirty sheriff and his boss just sat there with angry looks. Chris took back his board and turned it into a bat. In the end, he wins the election and becomes the new sheriff. He turned his pickup into a cop car and drove off for his first day at work, where he'd get to know his deputies better.
I can personally vouch for each and every one of these men. They're good deputies.
You're all fired.
The first thing Chris did was find Hamilton, who was out driving around with his girlfriend. He told the businessman that the drug trade in this town was finished. He'd do everything he could to make that happen.
If you push too hard, you're going to be a man who never gets to see 40.
Knowing he had no charge against him, Chris pointed out that Hamilton's taillights were busted and needed fixing.
My taillights. They're broken.
Later, he went to his best friend and asked him to be deputy. He is the only one the veteran can trust. Plus, Ray knows a lot about drugs. Ray said to start at the bottom and follow the money. By tracing the chain, they could find the lab. So the partners first went to see Booth, that same security guard. They beat him up and searched him. In his sock, Ray found a bag of white powder. The dealer was rushing to get to the station, but the experienced Ray was certain they could find something illegal in his car as well. They took the car apart completely, reducing it to nothing but scrap. After a short break, the sheriff kept tearing into the Dodge. Turned out there was nothing hidden in the car.
Guess we gotta go plan B.
Screw you both.
Chris tells his dad to always have a rifle nearby. He knows they'll try to get to him through family, but his father refuses to touch a gun. Chris will stay overnight with the prisoner and asked Ray to watch over his family. Denny stopped by to see her ex. She brought him some food. She told him she quit stripping. They decided this was a good reason to get up to something fun right there in the station. In the morning, Hamilton gave the order to start. At that moment, Chris's car burst into flames. Car for car, a delighted Booth hollers from his cell. The station started getting hit with machine gun fire from the ex-sheriff and his men. Booth cheers them on. Ray was woken by the smell of burnt bread. Casino security had broken into the house and attacked the family. Ray was wounded in the leg, but he still got the kid out safely. He managed to use a knife on one attacker and then knocked him out. Not easy. He realized he'd walked into a trap, so he hid down in the cellar. Booth, under fire, isn't having much fun now. He begs Chris to save him. The sheriff is fine with it, but first, the criminal has to say where the lab is. Booth says Hamilton keeps everything at the lumber mill. Now it makes sense why it had to be shut down. Right then, Booth gets shot by his own men. Meanwhile, Ray attempts to rescue the captives. He hit the thug with his rifle. Michelle pushed another one down the stairs. He grabbed the rifle and fired at Ray. The gunman paused for a moment. Chris took that chance and pulled out two, shooting at the gunman from under the floor. Only the old sheriff stayed behind. He rushed inside and opened fire. Danny distracted that creep, hoping to catch Chris on the floor. That was all thanks to that. The soldier managed to take down the corrupt officer. At that moment, back in the house, Ray is handling the criminals. He doesn't want to hurt anyone else. So when the thug ran out of bullets, Ray charged in to handle it face to face. He was too caught up in the moment, he almost killed the guy. Chris stopped Ray but got punched for it. Just then the first guard came to and pointed a gun at the two friends. The father saved him just in time, finally grabbing a gun to protect his family. The family is safe now. Time to deal with the lab. Chris drove to the empty sawmill. He started searching the place. Soon he spotted what he was looking for. Hamilton was hiding near the lab. He drew Chris closer, then hit a switch. The floor gave way under Chris, but he managed to grab a saw. Hamilton started beating him with a stick. But in the end, they both failed, testing the pipes and gear. Then the merchant threw Chris to the ground. His leg popped out of joint, but he still fled and hid in the woods. Hamilton grabbed an axe and went after him. The criminal spotted the sheriff and tried to take him down, but they both tumbled down the hill. Hamilton grabbed the axe again. Chris grabbed a log without even thinking. That blonde guy turned out to be tough. He nearly knocked the veteran over, but Chris pulled himself together. He brought Hamilton down and pinned him against a tree and broke his legs with a log.
This is my town. You're under arrest.
The sheriff arrested him and closed down his casino. In return, the town's sawmill is back in business.